Wizard of Oz. In this story, as the characters take on the journey along the yellow brick road, it teaches us what we seek is often already within us. Tornadoes are common in Kansas. One day, Dorothy didn't make it to the shelter in time, and she was swept away, along with her house and puppy Toto. They landed in the magical land of Oz, squashing the Wicked Witch of the East. Only a pair of silver shoes remained of the witch, which the locals handed over to Dorothy. Surprisingly, they fit perfectly. Now, it was time to find a way home. The locals showed Dorothy the way to the Emerald City, where the Wizard of Oz lived. He could help her get back home. Dorothy set off on the yellow brick road, meeting a lot of new friends on her way. The first was the Scarecrow, who dreamt of having a brain. Perhaps Oz could fulfill his wish, too. In the forest, the travelers met a Tin Woodman. He also wanted to go to the Emerald City and dreamt of a heart capable of love. The Woodman walked very carefully to avoid harming even insects. You, humans with hearts, have something that can guide you. But I, without one, walk twice as carefully, he mused. Suddenly, a lion burst onto the road. He was ready to pounce on Toto, but Dorothy managed to snap the beast on the nose. Instantly, the lion turned from a king of beasts into a cowardly kitten. It turned out that their new acquaintance longed for courage, and was very unhappy. But, perhaps the Wizard of Oz could help him find his confidence? Traveling together seemed easier and more cheerful. They each dreamt of something different. I'll ask Oz for a brain. That's the most important thing, the Scarecrow asserted. A heart is more important because brains don't make people happy, and happiness is the best thing in the world, the Tin Woodman insisted. As for Dorothy, she was certain that there was nothing better than home. Exhaustion took over. Dorothy and Toto decided to rest in a poppy field. Drowsiness enveloped them like a gentle cloud. Memories blurred, and their adventures seemed like a dream. The flowers are putting them to sleep, the lion shouted. They won't wake up if we leave them here. How lucky Dorothy was to have met new friends who were always ready to help. Finally, Dorothy and her friends reached the Emerald City and met with the wizard. I am Oz, the great and terrible. Why do you seek me? He said. Each of them voiced their request. Your wishes will be granted if you defeat the Wicked Witch of the West, Oz replied. Their greatest challenge was to overcome their own fears. Though the witch was strong and cunning, she could not defeat the intelligence, courage, and kindness of Dorothy and her friends. Dorothy grabbed a bucket of water and drenched the old crone from head to toe. The witch began to bubble and hiss as she melted away, leaving just a filthy puddle. The friends hurried back to Oz, who turned out to be an ordinary man. He had no magic, but a great deal of wisdom. He saw each of their needs. Lion, all living things fear danger. True courage is facing your fears. Scarecrow, you've a brain as sharp as anyone, just believe in yourself. Tin Woodman, it's not the heart itself that's important, but the actions you take. And Dorothy. For Dorothy, Oz built a hot air balloon to send her home. Before boarding, Toto saw a cat and chased after it. Dorothy ran after the puppy. At that moment, the rope holding the balloon snapped. Holding Toto in her arms, Dorothy watched the balloon drift away and felt her hope of returning home dwindling. Overcoming so many obstacles, Dorothy had forgotten about one thing, the silver shoes. The Good Witch of the North explained that Dorothy could return home whenever she wished by clicking her heels 3 times. Overjoyed, she said goodbye to her friends and returned to Kansas, to her beloved aunt and the comfort of her own home. She couldn't wish for more. So what we can learn from the story. 1. Self-discovery and inner strength. Dorothy and her friends, each search for something they believe they lack, courage, a brain, a heart, and a way home. Through their journey, they realized they had these qualities all along. 2. Overcoming fear. The characters confront their fears and challenges, demonstrating that courage isn't the absence of fear, but the willingness to face it. 3. Home and belonging. Dorothy's famous line, "There's no place like home," emphasizes the value of home, family, and being content with where you belong. 4. Questioning authority. The wizard turns out to be an ordinary man, teaching us that sometimes the figures we look up to are not as powerful as they seem, and we must rely on ourselves. If you liked the story, please tell us in the comments and make sure to like and subscribe to Snackrella Gaming.